Hello, beautiful beings. I got to hang out with two of my granddaughters today. I'll show you what we did. I hope you can see them. I'm not sure if you can. We painted rocks. That's just some of them. They brought the rest home. We got a whole bunch of different colors. We love painting rocks together. It's so much fun. We just love hanging out together. They're so sweet. Let me fix this a little bit. And I got to hang out with one of my grandsons yesterday. We went to the river and went fishing. I didn't fish, but he did. I don't have a pole. I wouldn't mind fishing if I had a catch and release hook. Ancients, but oh, that's right. 160 subscribers. Oh my gosh, that is so many people. It may not seem like a lot to some people, but it's a lot to me. One reason I don't mind delayed gratification is because, well, it teaches me a lot to not get everything all at once. But also, when it does happen, as it happens gradually, it's just so much sweeter than getting it so fast. I never in a million years would have thought that I'd be saying anything like that because I wanted everything yesterday. And I wanted everything yesterday just so I would feel better. Oh, thank you so much. It's just so exciting. 160. I looked at it a few days ago and it was at, there was one down, so I had 158. And then I was putting something on my community page and all of a sudden there was 160. Wow. It's just such a thrilling feeling. It makes my heart lurch when I see yet another subscriber. Okay, is that going to go away? I don't want the sun to go away, but that's pretty bright. Here we go. And the lovely comments that I've been getting. I haven't been getting any crappy ones at all for a while. But I am learning to ignore them. I just hide them from my channel. And I don't... for some reason, the mind, it's easier for the mind, I don't know if you've noticed this, to ruminate on something negative than it is for something positive. And if you don't know what ruminate means, it means to think about it over and over and over. Yeah, so I'm making it a habit to think about things over and over and over that were really good. Ancients, is there anything we want to talk about specifically? That's pretty bright. Here, let me just get behind this tree here. It seemed like there was something. Because I am so empathic and because I have misophonia, if you don't know what misophonia is, it's a almost violent feeling reaction inside of myself to really high-pitched repetitive noises or any noise actually that's repetitive. It's even music. I can only listen to music for certain lengths of time because that becomes incredibly annoying also. I just assume that everybody knows what an empath is. They're saying you should tell people what an empath is also in case they don't know. So being an empath is much like having misophonia. It's just another way of being incredibly sensitive. And so that's another reason I'm very sensitive to noise and children, because oftentimes children, they scream when they're happy and playing, or else they cry. Like I used to cry when my babies cried and I didn't understand why. And when my grandchildren also, I have felt very ashamed of myself because I just have gotten so overwhelmed being around them when they were really little, because they do scream. See, I even winced just talking about it. They do scream and they cry, and it's sensory overload to me. Being an empath, I can feel what they're feeling, and so if they're in distress and they're crying, or if they're angry about something and screaming, I'm feeling it like it's happening to me. I didn't know that for a long time, so it is a huge relief to understand that now. I don't feel bad about myself because I feel that way, because I tried for so long to change it, and I have worked on it, and I still work on it to this day. to just turn my attention to presence if I'm feeling overstimulated by like too much conversation. My grandkids are at the ages now to where it's not like constant, hey Grammy, hey Grammy, hey Grammy, 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 Grammy. That type of thing is just very sensory overload to me. But I love them so much, and so it's been a huge motivator, and my children also, of course. So it's been a huge motivator to just change the best I can, just to adapt actually to my surroundings. Doozer, quiet, please. Barking is another one. I just don't like it. Raising my daughters, if like somebody was tapping something on the table or clicking a pen or something like that, I would just look at them and say, repetition. I didn't know why, but I knew it bothered me a lot. And I mean, it's just, if you don't have it, it's hard to explain, like, oh yeah, you're just sensitive. Yeah, definitely, very sensitive. But not in the way that people say, oh, you're just really sensitive, get a thicker skin. No, it's not that. No, I'm this sensitive for a reason. Bottom line, I am this sensitive, so I will be able to, when I'm holding satsang with somebody, I can feel exactly how they're feeling. And so between feeling how they're feeling and the information that's coming through from the ancients, it's just the most beautiful recipe for being able to help that person. So what used to feel like a burden or even a curse feels like such a blessing now. I didn't feel overwhelmed energetically yesterday or today hanging out with my grandchildren. Not once. Ancients, is there anything else? Yeah, oh, right. Why do I have to keep asking them? Oh, man. We talk about some really embarrassing stuff, but hey, you know what? We're all in these physical forms. We all go through stuff. So ever since I was tiny, like my whole life, I've had problems with chronic constipation. Yeah, I said it. Whatever. But I want to help. If I can help, I want to help, even if it's embarrassing. So, I've I've used different things over the years that have worked really well to help me with that. But lately, for the last month and a half, easily, minimum, the last month and a half, it's been very scary. I just feel like things have really just stopped. And I'm not going to get graphic, and so I'm just like, okay, this has to be vibrational also. Because I've been trying everything possible to have the energy moving again. And since the Lionsgate portal, I am not kidding you, it feels like there's been such an energetic release. I'm going to share what has finally really worked for me. And my doctor had me on 400 milligrams of magnesium citrate. I am not a doctor. I am not saying that you should try this. I'm just saying what has miraculously worked for me. I was on Docusate, 4 of those little pills for years, and all of a sudden that stopped working. So my doctor put me on 400 milligrams of magnesium citrate. I know I'm repeating myself. And then Miralax. And I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. No. Anyway, so I kept hearing try magnesium glycinate. And so I called my nurse and I asked her if it was okay to switch from citrate to glycinate, because I've been doing a lot of research too. And glycinate seemed like it would be more of a stimulant, which I don't want to get on a stimulant because it's not good. To use a stimulant every single day is not good, because that'll make it to where we will be dependent on that. And I'm way too young to be dependent on anything. So the glycate, and a half a tablespoon is what's on the bottle. I got it in the powder form. And then I got some psyllium. Yeah, from the health food store. I also got flaxseed that I'm going to grind up and use. But the psyllium and the glycinate, it's absolutely miraculous. But that's not all it was, though. It's this major energetic shift since yesterday, since the 8-8 portal, 888. I didn't understand why it was 888 until yesterday. Finally figured it out. 2 plus 2 plus 4. I was seeing the 20 and the 24. And my daughter, one of my daughters and my son-in-law, we were trying to figure it out yesterday. Then I got home and it came to me, and then I heard Magnetize Yourself. I love her videos. I post them on my community section a lot. She is just one of the most divinely open channels I've ever listened to. And she said it. I was just like, oh yeah, right, okay, yes, that is it. It seems like when I can't get something, it seems so difficult, and then when I do, it seems so simple. That's the way it is for everybody. And my grandson, they're reminding me, I taught him how to ride a bike, and he was so scared when we first started doing it. I don't know, Grammy, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can. And I was just like, I know, I just feel it. I feel it so strongly that you're going to be able to do this. And he lived on a cul-de-sac. And I said, let's do this before your brother comes back out. Yeah, because he was trying to teach him how to ride a bike. And all of a sudden, I ran alongside and then pushed him off, and that was it. I mean, from behind, I could just see he got bigger. I could see how excited he was. I could just feel it. It's another gift of being empathic, because I could just feel his joy, pure undiluted joy. And he went all the way around the cul-de-sac, and when he got to me, he like slid to the side because he'd been seeing his brother do it. And then he was just like, that was so easy, Grammy. And I stopped him right there. And I said, Birch, this is really, really important that you hear this right now. I said, look at me, okay? And he was just like, okay. And I said, 2 minutes ago, this was really, really hard for you, right? He goes, he was already forgetting. He goes, yeah. And I said, now it's really easy. Yeah, so easy, Grammy. And I said, okay, so when you're trying to teach somebody something, please remember how hard it was for you before it was easy. And he looked at me for a second. He's always looked me like dead in the eyes. And he's just like, okay, Grammy. And then that was it. And then he took off on his bike again. You know, I pushed him off. And after that, I didn't even have to hold on to him for him to be able to take off by himself. It was so exciting. Yeah, I got to teach all three of my daughters, and an old friend of mine, I got to teach her daughter how to ride a bike, and then my grandson. I tried teaching my other grandson, but he was still too little. But they all ride bikes now. Is that it? Anything else embarrassing, Ancients? But it's worth being embarrassed for a moment. It's just the persona. It's just this personal identity that gets embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed at all, because I definitely see that this physical form is my vehicle, just like everybody else. I had such a clear vision of my twin and myself today. I don't have a lot of those come in as far as us being together, because there's definitely the potential to, because for so many years, for like 6 years, it would make me feel really sad when I would get these downloads. But today or last night, he's 6'5", and I saw us talking and laughing, and we hadn't hugged or touched yet. I'm very protective of my energy, and you know, I will be with him also, even if we do get to start talking on the physical. I just really need to take a person's temperature and see where they're at, instead of just automatically going to hug them, because you know, that's taking on their energy for me, and I don't need to do that. I can take my time. But I saw us talking and laughing, and I saw myself reach out and touch his arm, and it was just it was so powerful. Yeah, it actually made me cry last night, not because I felt sad, but it just seemed so real, and I got to touch him, and I used to do healing work on him when we were still in union, and I mean, every single time I would touch wherever he was hurting, the pain would be gone within minutes. So that was exciting. Things are definitely different. Things feel definitely different. Feels like people have really been able to drop a lot of baggage coming through the 8-8 portal. I've actually never felt like my twin has been able to come through a portal. I got hung up there for a second because they're showing me that, and I didn't realize this till just now, everybody does get to go through the portal it just depends on the level of their willingness of what they've been holding on to, what we are holding on to. If we're willing to let things go that aren't for our highest good, when a portal comes, then those things get removed from our life. We get the aid, the assistance, even more from the divine, the energy. It's hard to explain, but I think we did a good job. Doozer, jeez, man. I don't know if you noticed in the video, she's not here. The one where Doozer was rolling in the grass clippings. It showed the back of my car for a moment, not my license plate, but my bumper sticker. I don't know if you noticed that or not. It says, "Don't believe everything you think." I saw a lady the other day. Oh wait, there's something else coming in. Remind me, okay, Ancients, if there's something else you want to talk about. I saw a woman with her elderly father in the passenger seat, and I looked up. We were at a stoplight, and she tapped his arm, and she was pointing at the bumper sticker, and he looked at it, and they both started laughing and shaking their head. Yeah. I love that so much. It's such a great message. Ancients, was there something that you wanted to talk about more? 160 subscribers. I got 38 subscribers. If you look on my community section at all, 38 subscribers in just the last month. So amazing. Huh. I think that's it for now. Yeah, there is more coming in, but we're going to make a separate video about that. Yes, absolutely. Probably right after this one. slotsongwithmamag@gmail.com. We have so much faith in you. Love you so much.